Did you know what's happening in your mouth could be affecting your muscles, your joints, and your overall health? Today, I'll be talking about the surprising connection between your oral health, oral bacteria, microbiome, and body pain. And I'll be sharing with you 3 simple tips to keep your mouth healthy, your body pain-free, and also some of my favorite oral care products that I use every single day. Research has found that there is a major connection between your oral health, your oral bacteria, microbiome, and your overall health. Just to name a few: systemic inflammation, cardiovascular disease, arthritis, and so on. In the description of the video, I will put a link to that article, research article. If you're interested, I will highly suggest you just check it out and to see what other chronic diseases, even neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's may be connected to poor oral health. Just so you know, the gum disease, systemic inflammation in your mouth, and poor bad bacteria don't just stay in your mouth. They travel through your bloodstream throughout your whole body, affecting your muscles, your joints, and making your chronic conditions even worse. I don't mean to scare you. So here are the 3 tips that I have for you today. One of the first ones, and the simplest ones, you're probably doing them, is tongue scraping. Look, I have these 2 tools. Those are both tongue scrapers. I prefer this plastic one because it works so much better, but because I travel a lot, I'm taking this one, metal one, with me, just because it came in a special, beautiful container that it's easier for me to take it with me. But the tongue scraper is amazing. Use first thing in the morning, because when you sleep, that bacteria can coat your tongue. Like when you wake up in the morning, look at your tongue. If your tongue has this coating on it, just scrape it, the bacteria, rinse it with water, and you're halfway there. So these are, I absolutely love this. Now, the second tip is reduce inflammation with nutrition. There are anti-inflammatory foods, like you already know it, the leafy greens, the omega-3s, the foods that contain probiotics and prebiotics. They're amazing for your gum health and they reduce inflammation. One of the things I love to use, especially after a meal or if I want to refresh my mouth, is clove. And clove is, we know that, here, I'm just going to show it to you. Clove has so many health benefits, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. We sometimes use clove oil for pain relief because it almost like numbs your gums and prevents from the harmful bacteria. So this is a clove seed. And what I do, I don't like chew on it because it's almost like woody. I pop it in my mouth and I just kind of slightly bite onto this like wooden part. Just be careful, sometimes this top part may come off. Just spit it out, don't swallow. But I'll pop it in my mouth, just bite on it, like swish it in my mouth several times. And if you're not used to it, don't leave it there too long. It's very strong, it's very sharp, and sometimes it may make your mouth a little bit numb. But it, like I said, it refreshes your breath and it's very good for your gums and for your overall oral bacteria, oral health. So make sure to check it out. You probably have clove in your refrigerator or in your kitchen, because you probably use it for cooking. So that's another for inflammation with nutrition alongside eating anti-inflammatory foods. The third tip I have is some of the oral care products that I use daily, like my toothpaste. You know how sometimes you see this plaque gathers between your teeth? And yes, we go to dentist to remove those plaques, but if you use this regularly, this toothpaste, it also helps remove those plaques, those biofilms. Like sometimes when you run your tongue on top of your teeth, sometimes you feel this almost like this fuzzy feeling. Those are biofilms. So if you use this biocidin toothpaste, it's amazing. If you have a favorite toothpaste, I'm not saying replace it, but at least use this a couple of times a week. It'd be very beneficial for you. And the other product that I use like maybe once or twice a week is the dental siding, which I would do like 2 pumps and swish it in my mouth for a couple of minutes and then spit it out. Do not swallow it. Or I'll put, if you're using mouth water pick, I'll put like 2 pumps in my water pick, just mix it and do it that way. It goes between your teeth. That's wonderful. Again, do not swallow it. Or have you ever heard of oil pulling? With oil pulling, like I said, just like this one, you'll probably take a teaspoon of coconut oil or a sesame oil and swish it in your mouth. I suggest about 5, 10, 15 minutes, even though I could never last that long because as I'm swishing, somehow I collect so much saliva in my mouth and I just cannot keep swishing, so I spit it out. You never swallow that. It's full of toxin and bacteria. So I'll put a link to, I believe I have an oil pulling PDF. I'll put a link in the description as well. Make sure to download it. Look, oral health is not a standalone thing. Most people don't realize how much it can affect your overall body health. Like I said, your joint health, chronic conditions, systemic inflammation, and some actually very serious diseases. So make sure to pick at least one of these tips, and I would love to know which one of these tips you're going to start off with. And if you have any questions, please put it in the comments.